of the food chain, rocking with the rat tail, king sanitation, covered at the trap mail, harassment of blackmail. How you think I made it in the game? It's a rat tail, never made a black.
Yo guys, what's going on? Timpus here, welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to make a pixel art profile picture in Photoshop. It's very, very easy to do. It's like a lo-fi sort of style. It looks really, really nice. And yeah, it's just very easy to do. If you do it, you'll have a sick profile picture. I'll show you some examples once we get into Photoshop. But yeah, can we break 100 likes on this video? That'd be awesome. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what videos you'd like to see from me next down below. And yeah, with that all being said, let's get into it. Right guys, so we're here in Photoshop. So in today's video, this is like something we'll be making in this video. It's very simple, but it looks really nice. Just a nice pixel art, lo-fi sort of vibe. It's got this grainy effect. It's got like a nice RGB split, as well as the stars and the cool outline. That's what we'll be making in today's video. So you want to open up a new document. I've got this little Sprite can, which I'll be using to make this little logo. But you guys want to use either your profile picture or just a random object that you want to do. It's up to you guys, but the document size is 100 by 100 and we'll be scaling it back up to 1000 by 1000. Make sure this is set to nearest neighbor hard edges as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring down the opacity of it like so, add a new layer. In fact, before we do that, I want to get the color. I'm just going to start with like this sort of green. We don't have to get all the little details in, just the base colours, so just bring it down quite a bit. And then on the new layer, I'm going to press B on the keyboard and we're just going to start filling it in. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to do half of this and then just flip it, just to save time. But it depends what sort of objects you guys have got. One key thing is holding down shift and clicking if you want to get a straight line. Very, very helpful stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to do like half of it, like about there, and then click and press again at the top, and then it's a bit off, so I'll just drag that up, and then on the keyboard press G and then fill it in, and then I'm going to press E and just erase the top part up there, and then I'm going to press Control J and then Control T, and then you want to right click, flip horizontal, press enter, and then just drag it across. So yeah, I'm just going to bring down the opacity so I can see what I'm doing again. And for this part, this isn't going to look great. I'm just doing it quick for the camera, for the video. But and also I'm not using my graphics tablet, so yeah, this might be bad. I'm just going to fill this in. It doesn't have to be perfect for the video, but you guys are going to take a bit more time on it. Still, even if you do take time on it, it still won't take too long. But I'm going to do this really quickly because the main thing is the effects that I'm going to be adding to it. Sprite. This will look really nice with the effects that we'll be using in the video. This look very nice. And then finally the E. So let's just do something like this. And now I'm going to add a new layer. I'm just going to, actually that's a group, add a new layer. I'm going to bring up the opacity of the Sprite can again, just hide the green base layer, and we're just going to do the lemon really quickly. Something like that. Yeah, we'll do that, press cancel. Bring down the opacity of it again, and then on the new layer we can start drawing it in. And then holding down shift and clicking is very helpful. It makes things a lot easier. And then just drag that across. And then we're going to fill that in. And then one last time, add a new layer. And then I'm going to choose like a whitey colour for the little, you know, the edge of what we're creating here. In fact, it needs to be a bit more white than that. Just do complete white. So. And you just want to do something like this. Obviously it will vary depending on what sort of objects you're doing. But yeah, we are doing this Sprite can. You can do the same thing if you want a nice little Sprite can. So yeah, now we've got that. Like I said, I'm not going to make it completely detailed, just the basics. Next thing, I'm just going to bring up the opacity again, and we need to do this little line at the bottom. In fact, we'll do the bottom part, you know, the metal area. So hide that, bring up this again, add a new layer just so we can see what we're doing, and we'll just fill in the bottom part. Hold shift, click, hold shift, click, hold shift, click, and then obviously at the top as well. So that starts around, where does that start? Okay, that's just right at the very top. So you can just do that like so. And then we've got that, as well as the lemon. And yeah, let's do the lime at the bottom. So I'm just going to choose that with the eyedropper tool, hide it. In fact, we can bring down the opacity because I need to see what we're doing. Add a new layer, and we'll just hold down shift and keep clicking. Control Z if you make a mistake, guys. And just keep dragging around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Bring it down to the bottom, bring it across and up. G on the keyboard to fill in. Then I'm going to hide that again, add a new layer so we can do the white area. I'm just going to use white and just draw in this sort of shape. And yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, I've got the basic thing here, so I'm going to delete the sprite can now and then bring up the opacity of the background. So we've got that. Very, very simple, nothing crazy. You can add more detail to it if you want, but I just want to, you know, get it done for you guys. So for the background color, you basically want to choose a color, like the main color you've been using. So obviously for me it's green, and you want to make a really light version. It's almost white, but not. So about around there, you know, in this sort of area. You can mess around with it. Press OK. Then go to the paint bucket tool and fill in the background, and yeah, you get that. That looks really nice. Maybe I'll make it a little bit lighter, like so. You just want a hint of the colour you've been using. And then next thing we're going to do is add a new layer, and we're going to choose black. And you want to go all the way around your image with this black, like so. And holding down shift really does help. So we'll just do this. And for the corners, like so, right here, instead of going like that, that doesn't look very nice, so just diagonal. That's what you're meant to do. You don't ever really want to have things like that. That just looks really bad. Just diagonals, and same up here. Get the idea. You never want it to do that, because it just looks not good. That's just one of the main rules. So yeah, once you've done that, you want to flip to white this time round, but add a new layer. In fact, do it on the same layer as the original, and just go all the way around again, same thing, and just keep going. Doesn't take too long. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible for you guys, and then bring it down to the bottom. So, and boom. So then once you've done that, you want to double click on the outline, go to color overlay, and on the color you want to press on the green you've been using, choose like a lighter version, so something like that, and bring down the opacity of it quite a bit to about 25%. Actually, maybe a bit less than that. Maybe like 10%, that'll do. Maybe for the outline, instead of choosing black, maybe just make it a very, very dark version of your colour, so like a really dark green. And then the white, maybe make it as a very, very, very light green, or whatever colour you've been using again. But yeah, that still looks really nice, so I'm just going to merge them together. And then you want to add a new layer and choose white. And this is where we're going to add the stars. So you can do it in any area. Let's just say we'd want to do one here. You can do that. And then I'll do it here, so very dark green. Instead of black, very dark green. It just looks a lot better. And then just create an outline, like so. and then you can do lots of different shapes, different versions. So I'm going to do one here on the very edge, do something like this, make it a bit bigger, maybe add a centerpiece like that, and then once you've had the outline, choose black. In fact, choose the dark green we've been using and give it an outline like so. Looks very nice. And you can add as many as you want. Don't add too many of these, but you can add quite a few. I think I might just do 3 on this one. Maybe add 1 down here. You can add it off the actual image as well. You could do it like down there, like so. Make sure it's even as well. And then I'll choose that dark green, very, very dark green, and just drag. But yeah, I'll just do 3 this time, but you guys can do more. But yeah, that's what I've got so far. That looks decent. Then you just want to merge everything together, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But now we need to add the effects. So go to image size, bring it back up to 1000, nearest neighbor hard edges at the bottom, and we'll zoom out. And you want to press Ctrl J on your keyboard to duplicate it. Go to filter, noise, add noise, and depends. Oh, actually, you need to merge it with the background. I forgot. So double click on the background and merge it with the background. If you don't do that, it won't work. So the image itself and the background need to be merged together. Then you can add noise, and around 20 is nice. Don't add too much because it looks really weird, but just a subtle, like 21, that's very nice. Then you want to press Ctrl J again and go to double click on the layer, and you want to untick the green and untick the blue so it's just red, and then press V on your keyboard, and then using the arrow keys on your keyboard, move it to the right a few times, like twice, 3 times, and you get like a little RGB split like so. And then you want to merge them together with Ctrl E. Next, go to the half circle at the bottom and go to brightness and contrast, and you want to bring the brightness down and the contrast up. Then go to color curves, and let me just move this down a bit. Click up here and move it a bit to the left, and down here a bit to the right. Very small changes. Then go to exposure, bring the exposure up a little bit, the offset a bit, and then the gamma correction a tiny bit as well. And then go to color and choose the colours that you've been using, so bits of the blue, green, and then just see what looks best really. I think blue might look better. And then go to vibrance, and you can make it really vibrant, or you can bring down the saturation, and sometimes that looks nice, but it also looks nice if you bring it up. It really depends on what you want. I might bring down the saturation a tiny bit, and then I'm just going to group all that together. And yeah, as you can see, there we go. We've got a nice lo-fi profile picture, and you can do that with any sort of logo. If you spend more time on it, you can add more stars and a bit more detail to it. Or just do whatever you want, just go crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna have loads more cool tutorials on pixel art, so stay tuned. If there's anything you want to know, let me know down below and I might make a video on it. And yeah, with that all being said, hope you're having a sick day today. Be sure to watch my Twitch. I'm always live on Twitch every day doing design streams and giveaways and just chilling out, so be sure to come to them. There's a link in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.